Long grass has to be one of the most iconic things about the Jurassic franchise. I mean, kind of. It's more iconic than some things, but less iconic than other things. Anyway, today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at all 6 of the Jurassic movies and ranking them by their use of the long grass, as in how well they used the long grass. Was it impactful? Was it effective? Like, did it make us feel like changed people when we left the theater, or finished watching a DVD, or however else we would watch these movies? It'll be a simple ranking. Number 6 will be the worst, and number 1 will be the best. Pretty simple, you got it, let's get into it. Coming in at number 6, we have Jurassic World Dominion. It's ranked this low because there's really no instances where long grass is utilized, at least not effectively. There might be a few parts where it's just kind of briefly shown, but there's no segments where anybody is trying to hide in the long grass, or any points in time where the dinosaurs are hiding in long grass. They mostly use other vegetation, like ferns and stuff like that. It's just, ugh. So it's definitely at the bottom of the list. Coming in after that is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Once again, there's really no points in time where long grass is utilized, but it is used a little bit more than Dominion. In the scene where Owen is tracking down Blue and he finally locates her, there's of course some compies that jump out of the long grass. So yay, we get a little bit more screen time for the long grass, but then it also seems like that Blue is using it. Now, of course, it's not just long grass here. There does seem to be other bits of vegetation present, but at the very least there is some long grass present, so that gives it a few more extra points compared to Dominion. Coming in at number 4, we have Jurassic Park 3. Now, we don't really have any dinosaurs using the long grass. Instead, we have Alan Grant. At the very least, we get a little section in time where Alan does use it to conceal himself from the raptors, and he does a good job because they don't see him. Or, well, of course, they are kind of distracted by the humans in the tree, but regardless, at the very least, he knew that it was a wise idea to use long grass because of how absolutely amazing and very good at concealing long grass is. Anyway, he doesn't stick to the long grass too long because eventually he uses a tree, and the raptors find him after that point. So, you know, that's kind of on him by that point. And now we have entered the top 3. These movies have the 3 best uses of the long grass. Coming in at number 3, we have Jurassic World. Now, it's not just long grass again. There is a lot of other foliage that is present, but at least the whole spirit of the long grass is there. The Raptor Squad, of course, they have allied themselves with the Indominus Rex, and they go off and they start hiding in the foliage, some of which is some long grass. They will then go on to attack all of these troopers, and some very cool footage. You know, you get some body cam footage both on the raptors and on the troopers. It's just a very intense and awesome scene where there is a little bit more long grass used. And then of course we do see Charlie towards the end of it. At least I think it was Charlie. If I remember correctly, I think it was Charlie. But anyway, we see her sort of recreating a few shots that we saw from the Lost World Jurassic Park, with her tail just kind of sticking in the air as she mauls a person. Very cool. And then of course she blew up. That was a lot less cool, but still, it does seem like that some long grass was better utilized here. At number 2, we have Jurassic Park. This was our introduction to the long grass. It is best used when they're walking through a lot of it to reveal a Triceratops, the amazing Triceratops animatronic that was concealed by the long grass. The reason why this is so impactful is because it was concealing something that was just absolutely amazing, that being that Triceratops that I mentioned a second ago. And so that makes it an easy number 2 pick, because this scene is just absolutely amazing, and it's really cool to have like a backdrop of the long grass. You know, like you look at all of those screenshots taken from the movie, and there's always long grass in the background, and it just kind of adds a lot of really cool depth and kind of adds a little bit of scale to it as well. And then finally, coming in at number 1, it was no surprise to any of you, we have The Lost World Jurassic Park. This is the one that got the ball rolling. It's the one that gave us iconic lines like, "Don't go into the long grass!" He screams that, but then he runs into the long grass too. Now, I believe it's because he was trying to stop everybody else from running into there, but yeah, unfortunately, he didn't make it. Anyway, this scene is incredibly, incredibly well done. I was rewatching it again, you know, for this video, and it's intense and it's terrifying. Those aerial shots of the velociraptors all moving in like they're a bunch of sharks, that is just so well shot. And then the fact that they just pick them off one by one and then the tails just come up as they're mauling them, that is awesome work, and it really does showcase how terrifying these velociraptors are. The velociraptors expertly use it to conceal themselves, and all in all, the long grass is incredibly, incredibly effective, and this is by far the best use of it in the franchise. I know that this is mostly like a jokey video, but Grass is actually very fascinating. Like, I actually really like grass. Of course, there's a lot of different species of grass out there. I've talked about this before, I think. Oh, no, I'm dropping things. I've talked about this before, I think. There are a lot of different species of grass out there, like including things like corn. Corn is a species of grass. And grass proved to be like a very valuable resource for a lot of like North American mammals, such as bison. You know, grass it doesn't offer a lot of nutritional value, but there's just so much of it present and it grows back so fast that animals like bison can just eat a lot of it, and it just, you know, it's just very valuable as a resource. So kind of like talking a little bit about the long grass in the Jurassic franchise is actually really kind of fun. Um, I don't know. And it's kind of fun to look at those smaller areas of the Jurassic franchise and ranking them from there. So, do you guys agree with me? Do you guys agree with my ranking? Do you think that one film did better than the other? Be sure to let me know, you know, down in the comments down below. But that's pretty much all I have for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching and have an awesome day.